What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Mind Your Newness channel. Here we talk about the creative process and how you can use it to grow in your artistic practice and in general, right? So I want to talk to you about immersing yourself in art, right? Art in general. Immersing yourself in your craft, immersing yourself in all art forms, because all art forms will give you like a roadmap to success in whatever it is that you do. If you're a poet, if you're a writer, if you're a filmmaker, if you're a graphic designer, an illustrator, a painter, whatever it is that you do, looking at other forms of art is going to help you grow in your particular field of study. And I live by that because I have been a benefactor of that. I want to tell you a story of what happened to me when I was in college. When I was at the Art Institute of Philadelphia, we were required to do a full year of general study. And then after that first year, you would pick your major. So it was generally like a 3 year, actually a 2 year process where you would get your associate's degree in either illustration, fine art, or whatever major course study that they offered. So I was in my first year and it came to the end, and that was the time where we had to choose what we were going to specialize in. For our art majors, it was either graphic design and advertising or illustration. The problem I had was I had a great love and a great skill set for both. And I really didn't know which one to choose. And my heart was saying, go to illustration, but my mind was saying, no, go to graphic design and advertising, because you're more likely to get a job and start working more quickly if you do. So I was thinking about money. I was thinking about a return on my investment in the time that I spent, learning and honing my craft at Art Institute. So I took my portfolio to one of my teachers. His name was Mr. Nair. He was a typography teacher. And for all of you who don't know what typography is, it's the study of typefaces and the art of its use in advertising and graphic design. Typography is an art form, and I don't think they teach it like they used to teach it back in the day. But it was a difficult class because we were required to hand letter type, and there's no room for error for that. You either got it or you don't. So it took a lot of skill to render types, to make them look good, to make them crisp and clean. So, I wasn't bad at it. I was pretty good at it, you know, just like all around, my book was pretty good in all these areas. The problem was I didn't really know which way to go. So I was torn. And when I took my book to my typography teacher, Mr. Nair, I told him, was like, I don't want to be a jack of all trades and master at none. I was looking at all my peers, the other students. I was looking at their books. They had a nice body of work, and it was clear of what they were skilled at. Their books and portfolios were very uniform, and I was like, wow. I was looking at their books and I'm looking at mine, and was like, my book was all over the place. You didn't have a clear understanding of what it is that I was actually an expert at, because all the work in my book was like different and there wasn't like a cohesive story to my work like the other students. And I'm like, my book is just not cutting it. So I said that to him. I said, I don't want to be a jack of all trades and master at none. And that was my dilemma. And he said to me, yeah, but you can be a jack of all trades and master at some. And he emphasized the word some. And he went on to tell me, you have a broad range of work, and this can actually help you in the long run. And when he said that, I embraced that. And I was like, you know what? I think he might be right. And from that point on, I started immersing myself in not just advertising and graphic design and illustration, but all forms of artwork. I would go to the museum and check out the artwork. I would look at the public art, the sculptures around the city. I would look through magazines. If I saw a piece of art that I loved, I would tear it out. I looked at advertising. I looked at billboards. I looked at the display ads on the bus stops. I looked at everything and anything, even other art forms. I looked at everything. And to this day, I do that. I look at dance. I observe poetry and writing. I look at film, and I can see the art and the craft in that. I look at design of houses. I look at everything and anything that has to do with uh, design and creativity, because I use that and it helps fuel my art. Because with artists, we're generally thieves. We take things from other places, inspiration from other places, and we put it in our own work. And there's a great book called Steal Like an Artist, and it's just fascinating. But it just goes to show you how you can be inspired by just about anything. And if you really look, even at nature, there is a lot of cues in nature that is very artistic, and it's very creative. And you can take those things and put that in your own work. So what I'm saying is immerse yourself in all forms of art. Don't just limit yourself to what you do. Have a broad outlook at anything and everything that inspires you. Even if it's something like totally different, like cooking, sewing, fashion, design in general, interior design. Look at furniture. Look at floral design, for goodness sake. Anything and everything that has a form of design or design structure to it, you can use to inform your own work. And that's how I keep my work fresh. And yeah, I bounce around and I have interests here and I have interests there. I might start something here and do something totally different over here. Yeah, that happens to me, but that's just the way that I am. I always felt like, how many times can you paint the same painting or paint the same style of painting over and over again? And there are artists that do it. There are artists that are great at it, but to me, I find my interest in creating and looking at everything and anything and experimenting with it. That's what keeps me fresh. My curiosity and experimenting with all types of design. So let me encourage you, if you're the type of artist that can't quite find their footing or can't quite find their style, keep exploring. Keep exploring until you do. Keep that curiosity fresh, because believe me, that will keep you going. That will fuel the fire within you, and that will help in your growth artistically and creatively. So that is my advice to any artist who may be struggling with finding their voice, finding their style, finding what it is that they love to do. Keep exploring, keep looking at other art, keep looking at all forms of art, whether it be dance, poetry, writing, music, even TV, drama, go see a play, go sit out in nature and observe. Look at the clouds. Look at how nature bends and weaves. All that is going to help you grow artistically as you observe and as you take in. So I hope this video helps somebody. If you like this video, please like, comment, and share. I love you all. Yahweh bless. Keep creating. Don't stop. Don't give up. You'll get there. Peace out.